Namaste everyone. Welcome Star Family. It feels like forever since I've been on here. I'm just gonna wait a little bit, see if we have some people that want to hop on the live. We need to talk about astrology and the different systems. So I was trying to make this video as like a little short recording, but it didn't work out. I'm like, I need to have people to interact with. Oh, hi from France. Dada Vahala. I am French. Je suis française. Bonjour. Hi everyone. Hi Stephanie. Thank you for joining. Yes, Scorpio in Western astrology. Hi everyone. So I have been starting to share a little bit about Ophiuchus in some of my details of my reels. If some of you are reading the caption or just sharing a little bit about the different systems of astrology. I have been sharing according to Western astrology. So 12 zodiac signs, very, rigid and fixed. I do believe it has its purpose as much as the Vedic and now True Sky Astrology. The True Sky Astrology is involving and including the 13th zodiac sign, Ophiuchus. Right now, if you don't know, the sun is in Ophiuchus. Mercury retrograde is in Ophiuchus, okay? I have a stellium. I have 3 planets in Ophiuchus. So it's been calling me to share a little bit about this, and especially because I do believe in the power of integrating the systems together. Okay, that's something as an astrologer, when I discovered different systems, I was like, what does that mean? And I saw that there was actually value in the two systems. Now, are some of you aware of this? Okay, are some of you aware of the different systems of astrology? How do you feel about this? I would love to start interacting about the topic, because with this new earth that we're creating, with the expansion of consciousness, okay, we're going to start looking into this type of aspect, especially people that are spiritual, are into astrology. You're going to start understanding that when you're looking at what's going on in the stars, the placements are not going to match. And some of you, if you're a little curious, okay, I'm going to give you a way for you to look at this from an app. I remember hearing about this, I think 2010, and yes, very curious to know more. Yes, great, Jessica. Hi, Sinead. And I'm sure I'll be coming more and more to talk about this, because I was like, how am I supposed to share about the topic? This is something that could trigger people, could feel that Western astrology is a matrix that is trying to lock you into not expanding. Whereas we're seeing that constellations are getting bigger. I think it's Pisces now. Pisces is like over a month long. It's just, it's not as fixed if you start looking into it, okay? Now, let me show you the app. Some of you are curious, okay? When I discovered this, I spent freaking hours looking into this, especially that Vedic astrology has different systems. I think over like 30 more different version of system, galactic, I can't even remember those names, but I went through all of them twice to make sure I was matching exactly the chart of the true sky. Okay, so let me show you. I'm gonna take my phone. I'm in my new home. You can see a log cabin. It's not furnished just yet, okay, where I just got here. So let me turn this around, okay? You're going to see my computer, and this is the app, SKYSAFARI, exploring the sky. And when I open it, and actually I'm going to let this little sound because I really like the sound of this video. Okay, so this is today. You see Monday, December 9th, 2024. It's 11:02 here. And you're seeing the sun. So when you click on the sun, up, let me make sure, up, let me see. You can see sun in a focus. If you missed it, let me do this again. Sun in a focus. Now we also have Mercury here, up, let me click on that, boom, Ophiuchus. We also know about Pluto, okay, look at this Pluto, the age of Aquarius, coming into Aquarius. Is it really in Aquarius? No, it's in Capricorn. So, what does that mean? Have we been lied to? Okay, well, obviously it would be interesting and good to know about this, right? But at the same time, I've been seeing as an astrologer and as someone that is helping people get out of the karmic wheels and the matrix they're stuck in, that Western astrology reflects a lot about what's happening in the physical reality. Stephanie, this is SKYSAFARI. I will make sure that I put this, oh, of course I have my notepads so I can put my little note. Okay, so I'll put this in the caption, SKYSAFARI, okay, in the caption. Yes, exactly. So you'll be able to see what's really going on. Now, if you were to look at all the cycles, like it's not 30 days like average. You know, Sagittarius is not 30 days long. Actually, let me tell you, Scorpio, the archetype, is only 6 days long now because Ophiuchus is taking over. Okay, so this is why there's a lot going on in terms of astrology, and I'm here to help you integrate and not separate the two systems. Because when I'm helping people with their astrology chart and even looking at my personal experience, a lot of the things that I've experienced, my dynamics in relationships, manifestations, and things like that, they're highly connected to the Western matrix. But when I look at the true sky and how my mind and consciousness works, it's much more in alignment with the Vedic and true sky astrology. Are you guys hearing me? Because it says no sound. Someone says no sound. Are you guys hearing me? Okay. Hopefully it works. Okay, good. Thank you, my little pretty little empath. Okay, wonderful. Now I'm going to give you an illustration that is a major one with Pluto. Okay, great. Okay, because I've been publishing about this, Pluto in Aquarius, but when you just saw, this is in Capricorn, and I want you to integrate the two aspects, and I'm going to help you see how this is going to work. Okay, so the things that I'm going to use, because we're very images speak a lot to us. Okay, I'm going to illustrate the Pluto transit with tarot. Okay, in tarot, Pluto is the Judgment card. Okay, we can see here there's a call from an archangel, and all the people rise. Pluto is associated with Scorpio. The archetype of Scorpio is here to help us bridge the gap, be a messenger between the unseen and seen. So here there is a call from the higher self for you to rise, for the people to rise. Pluto being such a further planet, outer planet, as far as our solar system, involves a lot of people, okay? It involves us as a community. So Pluto here is the Judgment card, okay? Now, if we associate Pluto to Aquarius, according to Western astrology, okay? Aquarius is the star card. So with this, some of you've seen how I shared about activating your star potential, activating your connection to the stars. Yes, exactly. So with this, when we're looking at the Western astrology, people are starting to wake up to their connection to the stars. And that means also looking at what's really going on in the sky and seeing that we're not stuck with the 12 zodiac sign. Now we have a 13th one, okay? But how is it going to serve us? Well, look at this, okay? Because you're being called to not only see that you're just a physical being, but a multi-dimensional being. And this is where astrology is part of this integration as well, okay? So we're here seeing that we are spiritual beings. We have a unique expression of source that is flowing through us, and we're rising to the call. That's why we have this great awakening. Now, if you're looking at what's going on, okay, in the sky, Pluto is in Capricorn. Capricorn is the devil card, okay? Now, I want you to look at those cards and let's see what you feel. Because when I saw them, when I actually put them together, right away, I was like, wait a second. There's a great awakening about certain things that were illusionary, hidden, especially in relationship to the stars. So now we know things were hidden and things are being revealed. Now, if you're looking at what's happening right now with a lot of whistleblowers, a lot of things related to our stars, aka Hollywood, are being exposed. A lot of the enslavements, a lot of the things that we know is going on. I'm not going to expand on this, but there is a call, a rise in consciousness for people to realize what's going on. Because Pluto is, you know, part of like bringing this awareness of what's going on as far as the community, as far as our government. Now, let's go even deeper, okay? And this time, I'm going to have to take my phone because I'm going to show you some of the aspect. Well, no, actually, I'm going to do it like that. When you look at the degrees now, okay, now we're like here with Pluto, Aquarius, and Capricorn. So you can see that pretty much both are true. Why do we need to separate? I wouldn't say that here is a Western community. Here is a community of people that are awakening to the embodiment of the stars, of how the stars are activating us, how to embody your higher self. I focused on Western astrology because it has more of a system that helps have regularity, just like the physical body. But our minds are expanding. So how do we do it? Like, how much more is the human body is going to expand? except if you're going to try to start like doing things like chips in your body. I don't know about you, but that's not where I'm going. Okay, so we're seeing that there is this expansion, and I'm trying to showcase and illustrate that there's no need to separate the system, but more integrate them. When you're looking at now, so we have the planet and we have the zodiac archetypes. There is now the placement in the zodiac, the first degrees of Aquarius or Capricorn, okay? The first degrees in tarot of Aquarius are, it's the Five of Swords, okay? This is a card that speaks of people doing ill things behind your back. Now, do we see here what I was talking about, the stars, as far as the stars of our community, and the things that is going on behind the stage, backstage, okay? Now, for Capricorn placement, the first degrees of Capricorn, where we have Pluto in the true sky, is the Two of Pentacles. Now, do you see here how there is this separation? And I thought that was very interesting, because when I looked at this, I saw how with the politics, how we were pushed, trying to be influenced to separate, how we were told to choose different sides and parties, okay? So there's a lot here as far as what I'm seeing about trying to create division, trying to create based on manipulation of the mind, and not realizing that some people are going to start to think uniquely, are going to start rising and seeing the illusion. Because as much as Pluto is a community, card that involves us answering the call, what is this call? The call of higher consciousness. So when I look and when I work with people's charts, you guys, and I will have many more lives to illustrate some of those, I had to see that a lot of the things that I have gone through physically were connected to my Western astrology. And when I was looking at how I was reacting and how my mind was thinking, a lot of it was supported by the True Sky Vedic astrology. And it helped me transcend some of the limitations. But as far as what I experienced in this reality, it was seen in that matrix. And one thing that I want to even give you as an insight why I've been focused more on Western astrology is because a lot of the memories that we have is stored in the body. I'm here to use astrology to help people heal from their karmic patterns of repetition. How do we get out of this wheel of repetition? And we can't ignore that it is stored in the body. Let me even go a little bit further with that, okay? And then I'll have to stop because I can go on for hours. But I'm trying to open up the topic here because some of you are going to discover some of those things, and I don't want you to react in separation. I want you to understand that those systems, they have a purpose, and we're going to use all of those expressions to put into work. Okay, so there's something called progressive astrology, progressive chart. When you're born, okay, when you're born, on your first day of life, this is actually storing the energy of your first year of life. So on the second day of your life, this is going to be a progression of your second year of life. So pretty much, let's say we live up to 120 years. Okay, let's say, okay? Let's say. We're aiming high here. Pretty much the first 120 days of your life, you have stored, as an infant, inside your body, all the information about how your soul is meant to progress. Let it sink in for a second. And by the way, if some of you are from India, I was told, and you'll have to tell me if it's correct, that part of some traditions was to, when you give birth to a baby, to keep the baby just with the parents for the first 40 days of their life. And when I heard this, I was like, oh my God, it makes so much sense. Because your body as an infant is going to react to all the different types of interactions. Now, I have so many confirmations from people's charts and all my sessions throughout the year that confirm some of those aspects, even for myself. Okay, I'm not going to go and elaborate because I have so many examples, and I try to keep those short so people can watch them and, you know, have the time for them. But you're, as a baby, that's why my page is so focused on the physical body and the spiritual, because there's many layers, but it's like, that's one more finite. It's your physical. That's the most finite version of yourself, okay? Limited. And then there's so many that you can expand to the spiritual, okay? So there's all this emotional, intellectual, and then spiritual. Whether you're looking from the inside out or the outside in, it's the same, okay? Realize that you already have the memory stored inside of your cells of how you're supposed to progress and merge with spirit as an infant. So when I saw this and when I realized some of the trauma and how my body was keeping on repeating the trauma of my little baby self, I was like, I was not being punished. I was just not aware that I had to address and process something that had happened in the first few months of my life. And that came about later in the years of my life, okay? So this is why when I meditated on opening up about the topic, and I was like, how am I going to speak about this? Because I so believe in the value of the Western astrology for healing. That's what I received. I saw the system. I saw how it was part of people's experience. And you can't expand yourself if you're still, your body is still, and your nervous system is still reacting to some of your wounds. So there's no need to separate the systems. They are part of multi-dimensional expression of yourself. And I'm going to just close off by giving you an insight that in astrology, you also have something called draconic astrology, which is connected to the moon, the lunar nodes, and that's your emotional body. There's also a system of astrology called heliocentric astrology, which looks at the perspective from the sun. We're looking at astrology from the place of the earth. We could think it's a little self-centered, isn't it? So when you're looking from the place of the sun, you have like a total different aspect. And that, my friends, is more connected to your soul, your spiritual self, your higher self, your consciousness. So there's multiple different systems of astrology, and they all have their purpose. And I wanted to just start talking about this because I know that some of you are going to look into the skies and the stars, and you're going to start seeing the discrepancies. And I want you to be able to temper yourself with your reaction, because you were not lied to. There was probably, you know, at the beginning of times of astrology, a certain wheel that was set, and things just started expanding. And as we're expanding, systems need to expand. And Vedic astrology does not include the 13th zodiac sign, just so you know. So I do believe that we're not even up to date with everything that has been expanded in our consciousness. But we are still in a place, if we're honest with ourselves, where we still have a lot of healing to do towards our emotions, so we can have more control of the reality we create, because we're taking control of how we feel, not trying to control outside, but how we control inside. And that's why I wanted to open up about the topic. All right, you guys, that's what I had to share. Oh my God, I could not sleep at night because I kept on like imagining this. Like, I need to talk to my tribe, my star family, you know. Yes, there's a lot of healing. And I'll be talking more about the topic of healing. Some of those transits that are upcoming are going to speed up that process. And yeah, we need to be able to have those conversations and not react so harshly. So yeah, some of you, if you're looking into it, let me know how you feel about all this if you get the chance. Thank you so much for tuning in. Namaste.